thanks again for stopping by to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun tutorial that I've yet again discovered from TikTok. I've been seeing this kind of pop up on my For You page and I had to jump on this trend. It is a DIY album cover. That TikTok will probably be posted by now, which I can put right here. I loved the way it turned out, so I'm hoping it goes viral. We'll see, I don't know. If you want to see more tutorials like this, including Cricut tutorials and Cricut Design Space tutorials, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more videos. Let's get into the tutorial. Before we get into Cricut Design Space, I wanted to show you the screenshots I took. So in order to get the play button SVG, I screenshotted several screens. This is the first one, so I went on Spotify and looked up the song I was using, which is Stuck With You, and then held down the lock button and the volume button. Then as a reference to see what the layout will be, I went into a song from Today's Hits and took a screenshot of that screen as well. And lastly, I did not do this, but if you want to be able to scan your acrylic sign with the song code, you can click the three dots at the top right corner and click the main photo of the song and screenshot that page as well. Now we will be adding these images into Cricut Design Space to convert them into an SVG. So in order to do this, you'll want to click upload, browse or drag the image in, and crop the photo first because we only need the bottom half of the screen. Once that is cropped, we can reduce the colors to 3 so it makes it much easier to remove the background, and then we can remove all of the inside of the letters. It did remove the play bar when I did this, but we can add that in with the shape tool later on, which I will show you guys how to do. Again, you'll want to do the same thing with this photo that I got off of Google because it was clearer than my screenshot. If you search Spotify play button SVG into Google, it's one of the first images that pops up. I just liked that the shuffle button and the repeat buttons on the left and right side were clearer from my screenshot that I took, so I'm going to combine those two SVGs together. It's very simple. As I said before, you can do the same thing and remove the background on the snap code, screenshot and add it to your sign, but I personally didn't want this on my sign. I just wanted to show y'all how to do this in case you need to know. Let's get back into Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to slice the play button because I wanted it to be a little bit smaller than what it was on the SVG. I go over this method in my previous video. If you want to check that card out, I will insert it right here. Once it's aligned to my liking, I'll group it, and now we'll go to the bottom SVG, and I'm going to use the same method to detach the bottom half since we will be using the top one we just edited. Just the size to your liking, and now we are going to add the play bar. Take the square shape and click the unlock button to make it thin. I lined it with the end of the 6 at the 3:46 time frame. Once you're done, we can group it, and now we can make a template of the acrylic sign. So I will take the square shape and add the measurements of the sign, which is 8 by 10, and I adjusted the color to a lighter gray color. Then I'll adjust the sizing of the design and center it. Make sure that it is big enough because I'm warning y'all now, the tiny letters are extremely hard to read, so you want it to be just the perfect size and not too small. I'm going to zoom in. I did not like how fuzzy the top part of the words looked from my screenshot. You can kind of see here. So I actually Googled what the Spotify font was. There are a couple out there, but the one that looked exactly like it was called Circular. Instead of downloading the font, I went onto the website, which I don't think is for free. I was able to insert the text I needed and took a screenshot, which is Shift-Command-4 for MacBook users. I just inserted the text I needed, took a screenshot, and uploaded everything as an SVG into Cricut Design Space like we did before. If you're going to do this and not download or purchase the font, please know that this can only be used for personal use and you cannot sell the product. You won't have the license or the rights, and it is crucial to know that when working with fonts like this. For the title, I used the medium of the font, and then for the artist names, it had to be a little bit thinner, so I used regular. I will speed this part up since I'm repeating a lot of the same steps. everything is in Cricut Design Space, adjust the size of your text by placing it over the original SVG. Sometimes I have to go back and forth and it does take some time, so be patient and you'll get the exact sizing. When you have the right size, you'll want to slice just the words from the original SVG so you can replace them with the new ones. You may have to ungroup the design because remember, you cannot slice a design unless it's fully welded, and in this case our design is just grouped together. You can see that the word Bieber is overlapping the heart button, so we can hide the text, take another shape and slice the heart so we can move it down just a bit and not have them overlap. When everything is aligned, we can group the entire design together and begin to add our picture to the design. So we are going to click upload, then browse, then upload the picture, click complex, and save it as a print then cut image so our Cricut can cut the image for us later on. The size that fit best with the acrylic sign was 4.75. It might be different depending on the size of the acrylic sign that you have. So I adjusted the sizing of the picture, hid our acrylic sign template when I was done, and then welded the entire play button design for it to be ready for the Cricut. When we click make it, it'll pop up with two screens. The first is the print then cut page, and then the next is for when the Cricut will cut our vinyl. I'm going to speed this part up again because this is the exact same method I use for when cutting my stickers, and I will insert a card here as well if you need a more in-depth tutorial on how to print then cut. Once this is done, we can place our vinyl onto our mat, which is permanent Oracal 651 vinyl in white. We do not need to mirror this since this is permanent vinyl and not HTV vinyl. Once your Cricut is done with this part, you can start weeding. I mentioned this earlier, but please take your time and don't get aggravated like I did during this. It was very tedious to weed the tiny areas, but be patient and you will get it done. Now we can prep our acrylic sign, which is from my local plastic store. It had a clear protective sheet that I had to remove, and then I cut some transfer tape and put it on top of the design. A trick I like to do is remove some of the backing and then place part of the tape on the design. That way you can just roll it straight on instead of moving the entire tape. This will help it adhere it evenly with no bubbles. Now we can get our scraper tool and scrape it very carefully since we want every tiny letter adhered. Carefully remove the backing and then align the design with the acrylic to ensure that it is straight. Use the scraper tool again and place it down. And when you're done, you can remove the tape and do the same thing for a picture. You can also always print out your picture on photo paper at your local CVS or Walgreens and then use double-sided tape or glue if you don't have a Cricut for this part. And your acrylic sign is complete. And that is it for today's video. I hope everyone enjoyed the tutorial on the DIY album cover. Also, I've been getting much more comments on my videos, which I am so thankful for, by the way. I try to answer each and every one of them as quickly as I can. Sometimes YouTube doesn't show me and tell me when the notifications pop up, so I apologize for that. But I would love to get some more recommendations on some videos, tutorials, anything you want from me. Please go ahead and put it down in the comment section because I really want to hear from you guys and I want to hear what videos you want to see from me. Again, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click my subscribe button for more videos like this. I will see everyone in the next video. Bye!